Hey YouTube, today I want to do a video asking the question, are the homeless the ultimate survivalists? I know one of the founding fathers said something like if we allow the big banks to control the issue of money, that we'll all end up penniless and basically homeless on a continent that our forefathers conquered. I'm sure someone can tell me who that is and exactly what they said, but it's something like that. And I mean, we could all end up in a similar kind of situation, right? Basically being slaves, landless peasants here in this country where we once had great wealth. I mean, you can see things slowly descending like that. And I'm basically just looking around and I'm thinking, man, I mean, do a lot of survivalists have the wrong perspective? You know, thinking about all kinds of weapons and also surviving in the wilderness when that's really not the situation that we're facing. We may be facing something more like hiding, being concealed, being camouflaged, and trying to blend in as much as possible. Because if you look at the homeless, in order to avoid the police and avoid harassment, you're going to need. Imagine you're homeless, you want to stay as clean cut as possible, right? And you want to blend in as much as possible. And if you have any kind of wealth, you're not going to want to display it. I mean, you have to be kind of medium. I mean, you don't want to look terrible, we're going to get harassed, but at the same time, you don't want to look like you have a lot, or else someone's going to want to rob you. And you need to hide. I mean, think about it when you're sleeping. That's your most vulnerable time. You don't want to sleep on a park bench. Maybe you want to sleep in up on a roof, or find an abandoned building. And probably stay by yourself. I mean, it can be helpful to band with other people, but at the same time, you don't know if you can really trust them, especially in a situation like that. So I'm just saying, maybe we can start looking around, looking and see what they're doing. They've already been living like that for a long time, and you could easily end up in that situation the way the economy's going, or you could end up being a refugee from war or from your house burning down. You might need to go mobile. Me personally, I'd like to live in a boat if I was in that kind of situation and go from place to place, or the modern urban equivalent could be in your car. That's always going to be better than sleeping on the streets, right? You need to think about that. That's a more realistic situation than a lot of the things that people are thinking about, like just going Mad Max. It's something that could actually happen to you now through loss of a job. So how are you going to look at them? What are the homeless doing? Well, the clothing, right? Layers. If you notice, most of the homeless people, they don't just wear one thick jacket. It's the same as like surviving in the wilderness. You want to wear as many layers as possible so that you can adjust your temperature, because that's going to be all that you have is what you're wearing. You want to have things with a lot of pockets. That way you've always got what you need. Same thing as in the army. And you keep the most important things in your pockets, because you never know, you could lose the other things. And if you're sharing a place with other homeless people, if you leave your pack there, it's a good chance they're going to steal your stuff or go through it. It's the community stuff. Whatever you don't have on you doesn't really belong to you. Possession's 9/10 of the rule, right? You need to keep what you have on you at all times. So a lot of pockets. And then layers are going to give you a little bit more protection. What if someone stabs you? Could give you a little bit of protection. Weapons. What's the best weapon? You're not going to be able to carry a firearm, especially not now. Maybe later on, if things descend into chaos, you will, but maybe not either. A folding knife, that's legal in a lot of places, and something that's really useful. Even a little kitchen knife. It doesn't need to be a Rambo knife or anything like that, but that is a practical tool that you're going to need. Footwear. Obviously something durable. I like these. I got these at the Goodwill outlet for $1. They're pretty much brand new. They're U.S. Army desert boots. That's something really useful. Light, durable. You need to make sure that they fit. If they're too small, they're gonna your feet are gonna get cramped and cold too. If they're too big, you're gonna get blisters. Footwear is one of the most important things. They say that the Army, marches. Or I don't know, the Army marches on its stomach or its feet. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, your feet are very important. Very, very important. You need to take care of them. You need to change your socks. You need to put foot powder on them. You need to wash them. You need to give your feet a rest. But you could have to have your boots on all the time. In the army, I mean, you sleep with your boots on in the sleeping bag because you need to be ready to go. The same thing if you're in a homeless survival situation. You might not be able to take them off. In the morning, you take them off for a minute, you put some foot powder on, you change your socks. You need, very important to take care of your feet. Take care of your health. You may be eating not a super nutritious diet, you're scavenging vitamin pills. 300 vitamins doesn't really take up that much space. You can get them for $7 at Walmart. You know, that's going to be really helpful. What else do the homeless do to survive? Staying out of sight, blending in. I don't know. That's just some things that I've been observing. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe someone here has been homeless. I haven't been homeless for a long period of time, but I did hitchhike around the United States and Mexico and Central America when I was younger, and I lived in a shelter for a little while. And so I have a little bit of experience with it. But maybe some other people have more, and they could tell me how they would survive if they were homeless now or how they survived before. Thanks for watching.